And welcome. Yeah. It's 4 o'clock right here in Los Angeles, California. My name is Lady Eva J, and you have just tuned in to the first Touch the World Truth Serum. And what a way we're going to start today. Today is, it's kind of personal to me. You know what I'm saying? I got my girl Aisha on here. Aisha. Yeah, I'll probably be singing the whole doggone show. This is how we're going to do it. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your granny, call your auntie Bobo and all them people and let them know that we are live right here on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm not like those people. I'm not going to say, we're going to wait till people come in. We're going to wait till people come in. Y'all already know Eva J start on time. So y'all will catch this later if you ain't here. So my girl Aisha is running for office, y'all. And guess what? She going to win too. Yeah, we said it. For those of you guys who do not know her, you're getting ready to get to know her today in a different kind of way. So push the share button, y'all. If you're on YouTube, share it. If you're on Facebook, share it. You'll be able to correspond with us, send it your love, we'll put it on the screen and all that kind of good stuff. But stand by because my girl is coming in. Let's welcome Aisha. Hey, baby girl.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. So congratulations. I'm just excited. I feel like, hey, we getting ready to turn up in a whole different way. We're getting ready to put a little Jesus in the mix.
Yes, ma'am.
So for those of you guys who do not know this beautiful woman of God, why don't you let everybody know who you are?
Okay, well, my name is Aisha Thompson. I am a mother of a son, Quentin Thompson. I am the leader, coordinator, the choreographer, the mentor to a wonderful group of young ladies of Glad 2. And now, people didn't know this, but I am a passion of mine for a long time. I am now seeking office to become the next city clerk for the city of Inglewood.
Hey, so before we even get into that, glad too. They my babies. They my babies.
We love you too.
I love them. I done watched them grow up. They've all been taller than me, since whatever. But before we go any further, we're in this pandemic season and, I went and did some little research and I found something and I was like, hey, Glad too, they doing the dances that I taught them and stuff. Let me stop lying.
Okay.
I saw this this quick little video and I want to get into the video and then we're going to come back and immediately start talking about this next season that you are into. So you guys stand by and we're going to hear from Glad too and we'll be back on Touch the World, the Truth Serum, in just one moment.
All right.
Forever
All right. Y'all don't know what me and Aisha laughing about. We know.
Oh my God.
If y'all only knew what was going on behind the scenes, y'all be like, "What in the
Oh
world is
Lord.
going on?" Miss Aisha, you are running for office.
Yes,
Tell us
ma'am.
what capacity you are running in.
I am running for Inglewood City Clerk. I am currently the deputy city clerk for the city of Inglewood. So, as deputy city clerk, I'm running to seek the office to become the city clerk.
And what is a city clerk?
What is a city clerk? Well, a city clerk is one, the keeper of all the records for the entire city that they oversee. They also, we as city clerks handle all contracts for the entire city. So, you see all these new developments coming into our city. You see, contractors wanting to bid on certain jobs, things like that. We are the last department to make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed. Our office swears in new police officers. We swear in elected officials. We open bids. I can marry people once I become city clerk.
Ooh, come on in there. Where
I
my
will be,
husband at? Hey!
yes, I will be able to marry people. I will be able to notarize. I'll be a notary for the city of Inglewood. Um, Oh my gosh, so many things. Oversee bid processes. I would handle the claims review. I would be over the not over, but I would be instrumental with decision making when it comes to the permits and license. So things like that. People want to come into our city and they want to get a permit to have a party, or they want to, put a permit on, put they want to have a food truck or something like that. Whatever they want to do within the city, would come across us to make sure everything is okay.
It sounds like you're the gatekeeper.
Yes, ma'am. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Period.
It's hard to be the gatekeeper. You definitely have to be prayed up for that situation, and you also have to be what I call greasy.
Yes,
Kind
ma'am.
of that.
You have to be, because if you don't know anything about the job, you will not be effective nor efficient with what you're doing, because we do so much. We also go to the city council meetings. We take the minutes for the city council meetings. So you have to just, have accurate notes. When you're doing this stuff, you have to have communications with the county registrar recorder's office. You have to have communications with the FPPC out in
Mhm.
Sacramento. So it's so much to the job that, if you're not greasy,
Right.
you're not gonna work.
Yeah. Right. Right. I got to be transparent. I tell them got to have a little gangster, a lot of Jesus,
A whole lot.
a little
I
prayer,
need
everything kind of mixed in together.
right.
You say, I
Yes,
need
ma'am.
a little more Jesus.
That part.
So here's the question: What made you decide to run? What made you decide to step out of the arena of what you were already doing into this lane?
Well, for many years when I started my political career, and a lot of people didn't know that, they thought praise dancing was my only work, I guess you can say. And I've really had a real job ever since I was 22 years old, by the grace
Hmm.
of God. I started in the California State Assembly, and I
Hmm.
served the residents here in Inglewood, Gardena, Hawthorne, Lenox, for Hawthorne for 6 years in the California State Assembly, and then left there with Jerome Horton and came down to the local level, where his wife was the city clerk and is still the current city clerk as we speak today. And then I began my tenure with the city of Inglewood as, administrative assistant, and then I became the deputy city clerk thereafter. But it was a passion of mine ever since I was in the 11th grade to one become a congresswoman. And so, it's always been in my heart to want to be in politics. I was involved. I loved being in the California State Assembly. I absolutely loved it. And so the opportunity opened itself up. My boss, she told me she had a conversation with me, and she said, "You know the job. You're
Yeah.
prepared. I have faith in you." She knows that I'm going to do a good job. I'm not going to let the city down. And so she said, "I think you would be the perfect person. I mean, I'm going to retire." And she
Yeah.
said, "Are you ready for this?" And I said, "Yes, I'm ready." I didn't have to say I'm gonna go home and think about it, because I know this is, my step into the door, as God continues to elevate my life. So this is my first step. And so when
Mm,
she asked and she told me she was going to retire, I took the opportunity, and so that's why I'm seeking office. It's a passion of mine.
right. So
Yeah.
she's pretty much passing the mantle.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what she's doing. She said, "Aisha, I served 18 years, and
Hmm.
now it's your turn." So,
Right.
yes, ma'am.
Well, you just said a very important word. You said the word serve. I was always told that true leaders know how to serve. Never ask anybody that you lead to do something that you won't do yourself.
That's right.
So I personally have seen you in the vineyard.
Yes, ma'am.
I've seen you serve. I've seen you want to be or want to stay in the background, but now God is pushing you to the
Oh,
forefront.
yes, he is.
And
I
sometimes it's a little hard, but
Yes, I know, and I tell my girls, because even like my older ladies, my older girls, I still talk to them, and they still come to my house, and they
mhm,
still in my bed, but I talk to them, and like I told Tyone, she said, "Wow, Aisha, you're like really doing this," and I told her, I said, "Yeah, Ty, it's really happening," and it reminds me of when it says, God, He's preparing you. He prepares you for your greater. And
right,
so all this time that I was planting seeds and sowing seed into those young ladies, God was just preparing me for such a time as this. And so I'm just forever grateful. I'm thankful that, I stayed faithful to God, and allowed Him to guide me and hold my hand, because I still tell him today, "Lord, don't let go of my hand. I don't
right.
want to let go of your hand." So
So seeing that you already mentor young people,
yes.
because that's when you do you're kind of like a midwife. You birth different things. You're getting ready to step into a whole new line of mentorships. When we as leaders mentor people, and we do it with purpose and an intent to help people grow, then there are more people that step out. I say more strangers support you than the people that you thought would.
Yes, ma'am. That is a true statement. That is a true statement. A true statement. And yes, ma'am. I mean,
Yes.
there are those that are still here with me on the
Hmm.
battlefield,
Right.
fighting hard with me, but I have more people on the outside that's
Hmm.
helped me than the people that's right next to me. And so, but I'm okay. I'm
Right.
okay.
Right. Well, you know something. I believe that in this time right now, that God is putting surrounding us with different people,
Yes,
new
ma'am.
people, and He's putting His people in place on a higher level to be able to reach what we say the unreachable.
Mm-hmm.
So, in stepping in this arena, how do you feel being a believer
Right.
that is stepping into this next season?
I feel great.
Hmm.
Uh, as the city clerk, I represent the entire city. I will be representing the entire city of Inglewood.
Hmm.
And so that means for those that did or did not or may not have voted for me, I
Hmm.
will be representing them. And so I feel good as a Christian woman walking into the office, because I know God is going to be right there with me. Um, I got Jesus on the inside of me. So, I'll scream outside if I if I have to, but with making certain decisions, because I will have to make decisions, regarding certain issues and certain matters when it comes down to our office. I feel confident. I feel good, and I know that I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to sway. I'm gonna
Hmm.
pray about it. I'm gonna talk to God about it. So having a Christian background, my Christian faith, I'm thankful because I know that he is going to. I'm gonna have some problems now, Eva.
Right, right,
I'm not saying everything's gonna be peachy cream. It's not.
right,
It's
right,
not. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cry my eyeballs out. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna shut down. I know
right.
days will come where it's gonna be like that. But God also put people in my life that I'll be able to go to and talk to them, and where I can cry on them or go and say I need some help. Help me here. So as a Christian woman, Eva,
Hmm.
I am. I'm thankful. I'm excited, and I'm working with people that know Christ. You see,
Right.
so I'm surrounded by people that know Christ. My colleagues, hopefully on after Tuesday, my colleagues will, be there. They're Christian faith believers, so I'm okay. I'm in a good space. Thank God,
Right.
I'm in a good space.
Right. So let's get on election day. Election day is November the 3rd. We're less than about 3 days away
Yes,
from
ma'am.
the big day. Let's talk to the people, and I think we still have a lot of people that don't really know how important it is to get out and vote, and how the people have paved the way who weren't able
That's
to
right.
vote in the past. How important is it for people to get out and use their voice to vote?
Yes, it's extremely important to get out and exercise their rights to vote because and this is not about me right about now. We're talking about a nation, a United States of them. We're talking about the United States of America. We're
Hmm.
talking about our lives. We're talking about what change we want to see, what things we want to happen. And so if we don't get out and vote, if we don't, even I hear when people say, well, I don't know this person, read up on those people, get educated about certain issues. I have a girlfriend to this day. She'll call me on election day and she'll say, Aisha, here we go. We're running down these propositions. I would rather for somebody to do that, and say, than say, I'm not going to go vote or I'm going
Right.
to bypass this. And then, too, we have to be smart, Eva. We have to understand that if you say yes, sometimes that means no. If you
Mm.
say no, sometimes that means yes. And so be very careful when you're, selecting yes or no on the propositions, on the measures,
Yes.
uh, because it's very important. But I hope and pray that we get out and we go vote. And here's the thing: if you're not registered to vote, it's okay.
Hmm.
Go when you go. The polls are open now until 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go tonight. Go tomorrow. Go Monday. Go on election day if you're not registered to vote, and go register to vote, and you'll be given a provisional ballot
Hmm.
because they have to put you in and all that stuff. But yes, your ballot and your votes will count at
Right.
the end, but it will count. Go get registered on the day that you want to go to the polls. And then I encourage our people, do not wait until election day to go to the polls, because then we get discouraged. We're like, oh, these lines are too long, because I
Right.
took my son today to go vote with me, and it was cakewalk. I walked in, the people were so nice to me and my son, and we did our thing. Don't wait until election day. Try to go now. Get
Yeah.
your votes in there now, because on election day those lines will be long. People will be frustrated. I want people to be encouraged. It is very, very important that we go and exercise our rights to vote. It's not hard. If you're 18 years or older, go to the polls and go vote. If you're not registered, go register while you get your ballot to vote at the same time. This is very important. Our
Right.
measures are important. Our propositions are important. We have a presidential campaign, going. That's important, and our local government. It's important, very important.
So we were talking about propositions and everything. I encourage people not don't follow the commercials.
Exactly.
Y'all read these propositions. This is the problem that I have. I have a problem with people that complain about the laws but don't vote. Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to vote because it's not going to count anyway. Trust me, if you
You
don't
do.
vote, it's
Mm-hmm.
still going to affect.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Regardless.
still, yes,
Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely correct.
yes.
Absolutely correct.
Let's talk about these boxes. When you're
Okay.
dropping these boxes inside of the which are the boxes that we should be dropping our ballots into if we choose to do it prior to the day?
Okay. Well, here in Los Angeles County, we have our county boxes. They are yellow,
Hmm.
uh, blue, and have a little red in it. So if your box is not yellow, do not drop it. They are also able to drop it in the mailbox
Hmm.
without putting a stamp on it, and it will be mailed because postage has already been paid for. So
Okay.
postage is paid for. If you choose to drop it at inside the mailbox, you can definitely go to our drop boxes that are located around the cities that you live in. It's the yellow big, library. You go drop your books off at the library. They
Hmm.
look like that. The drop boxes do. You can drop your ballots in there, and they're collected twice a day. So you can go by. You won't feel like, oh, something's going to happen closer to election time. They're checking those boxes twice a day to make sure that they're gathering those. And then too, you can go to the polling places. There are certain polling places around you that you can go to, hand deliver. You won't have to stand in line. Do not stand in line to drop off your ballot, because there we
Mm.
go again, we'll get discouraged. Just walk up to the front of the line and say, I want to drop my ballot off. Drop your ballot off, and go. You don't have to wait in those long lines. Hopefully, you won't be in a long line, because we're going to either mail our ballots, because everybody received a ballot within the county of Los Angeles.
Right.
And I'm sure even in Riverside and San Bernardino County, they also received their ballots. You're going to go to a drop box location, drop it in there, and keep going. You're going to go to a local polling place, go straight up to the front of the line, drop it off, or drop it in the mailbox, as long as you have your ballot in the mailbox before the 5 o'clock cutoff, right? Because see, you have to read the mailbox. The mailbox says we pick up at 12 o'clock and four
Hmm.
o'clock. So you have to make sure, if you choose to drop it off in a mailbox, that you drop it off before the mail carrier is to come pick it up. And as long as it's postmarked by midnight on November the 3rd, your ballot will be counted.
Y'all better make sure y'all sign them things.
That's right. You have to sign it too. Make sure you sign your ballot. It's so important. If you don't sign your ballot, it's null and void. They're going to just toss it to the bag group. So it's very important that we sign it and put your address on there.
Okay, yes, Miss Jamie said that's been my concern, not trusting the boxes.
And I
So,
understand that.
yeah.
We had an issue, I believe it was Baldwin Hills, and the ballot box, someone set it on fire.
Hmm.
And so, here we go again with this. Why would somebody do something like that? But
Right.
what people don't understand is we have cameras. Well, not we, but there are cameras everywhere, everywhere. And so, if that were to happen again, we hope that people will trust the boxes and use them, because that's what they're there for. But if that happens, make sure you just take your mailing ID or whatever to them, and let them know, hey, I dropped my ballot in there. It was burnt up. I need a new ballot.
Got
But
it.
yeah, people, they're not trusting the mail, nor are they trusting the ballot boxes. That's why I say, go to the polls, walk straight up to the front of the line, and
Mhm.
drop your ballot off if you don't feel comfortable with either dropping it in the drop box and or mailing it in the mailbox.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna dig a little deeper in a minute. A lot of times people will get into office and they have different things that they want to strategically do.
Mhm.
I want to try to touch on some of the things that maybe not everything that you want to do, but where your heart is for the community, because your heart is there for community and ministry.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
before we do that, I saw a video that you guys put together. It said "Die Empty," and
Oh,
it's interesting
oh,
because in class this morning we were talking about fulfilling your purpose
yes, ma'am.
before you leave here, and how important it is to die empty.
Yes, ma'am.
People stay keep that stuff buried in. So when I actually watched this video, how about this, for the first time, I was like, I have a different understanding of what it is. So for those of you guys who are watching, go ahead and push the share button. We're going to take some more questions and comments. We're going to watch this video, and then we're going to come back and and share with our new city clerk of
I
Inglewood.
take it. I
Hey,
claim it.
hey,
Thank you.
Shondo. Hey, we'll be right back. Here's Glad too with Die Empty. We'll be
Yeah.
back.
What is the wealthiest spot on planet Earth? The wealthiest spot on Earth looks just like this. It's the cemetery. Why is the cemetery the wealthiest spot on Earth? Do you know why? Buried in the cemetery is music that no one has ever heard. The graveyard is filled with businesses that never open. Some of you had a business idea for the last 20 years and you are still employed.
Look at all this talent. Look at all this vision. Look at all this purpose. Can you tell me what is missing? Look at all these people. Look at all this power. Look at all these gifts that's been in you since the baby shower. Look at all these houses. Look at all these cars. Look at all these awards given that should be yours. Go and get that Oscar. Go and get that Grammy. That priceless moment on the stage with your family. You're so creative. The book of author. The look of a fashion designer. The runway slaughter. Jump in the water. So many offers. Snoop around the kitchen. Learn to cook with Martha. No longer underground. We gotta start surfacing. Maintain ownership. Do some property purchasing. Extend your services. Fight off the nervousness. Bump this in your ride until you can feel the turbulence. I got too many goals on my menu. I can't stop, I must continue. You got too much potential to leave Earth with all of that in you. I know what I am here for. I'm not a mistake. This what I prepared for. What you scared for? God sent me. Do everything now so you can die empty.
Buried in the cemetery are books that were never written. In the graveyard, we've got paintings that were never painted. Life is not measured by how old you are. It's measured by how much you got left. I came here because I knew sitting in your chair right now tonight would be a person who is the candidate to add to the wealth of the cemetery. You are about to make the cemetery even more wealthy. I wonder, what do you call this wealth in the cemetery? Well, I found out what it is. The wealth in the cemetery is called potential. What is it called? Say it loud. One more time. Say it louder. This word is very important to God. Everybody say potential again.
I got too many goals on my menu. I can't stop, I must continue. You got too much potential to leave Earth with all of that in you. Yeah, listen, I know what I am here for. I'm not a mistake. This what I prepared for. What you scared for? God sent me. Do everything now so you can die empty. 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 Die empty. Die empty. Yeah, listen, I know what I am here for. I'm not a mistake. This what I prepared for. What you scared for? God sent me. Do everything now so you can die empty.
The graveyard is filled with ideas that never became reality. The graveyard is filled with visions that died as nightmares and dreams. We got plans that were never executed. The graveyard is filled with awesome, powerful treasure no one has ever used. As a matter of fact, that is why I came here. I have come to make sure the cemetery doesn't get anything from you. I really came here to make sure that you die empty.
Woo! Wow. So, dying empty. Fulfill your purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your purpose at this moment? Some people don't know what their purpose is. Some people leave here and never discover what their purpose is. What is Aisha's purpose in this season right now?
To empower our young people, to inspire them, and to make them proud, to make them understand that it's possible, and My purpose is to just I want to be the beacon of light that they look at to say, wow, if Aisha can do this, and they call me Isha, and then I want to inspire other young ladies and other young men to continue to stay focused, stay rooted in Christ, and keep your eyes on the prize. We don't know when. I didn't know this day was going to be coming. That on November 3rd, I will become the city clerk. I'm claiming it too. It's not there yet, but I don't want nobody to take this run and say she said she gonna be the city clerk. No, I'm just claiming
Well,
in the atmosphere.
I said she gonna be the city clerk.
Okay, you can say
Hey,
it, but
I can say it.
that's right. You can say it, but that's my purpose. My purpose is to empower our young people to strive for their dreams and continue to press. Like just it can happen. It can happen.
Okay. Now, a little birdie told me before we get into what the community needs. A little birdie told me that this has been one of your passions since you were little.
Hmm.
Speak on that.
Ever since I was in the 11th grade, um, I didn't know what I wanted to be. People say, "What do you want to be?" I want to be a police officer. I want to be a nurse. I want to do this. I want to be an actor. I want to dance. I didn't even take dance. I didn't know I was gonna be over glad too. Like I didn't know all this stuff was gonna happen to me, Miss Eva. I didn't
Hey,
know this, but ever since I was in the 11th grade, and I saw Maxine Congresswoman. Let me get it right, Congresswoman Maxine Waters running for office, and she won. And I believe when I saw it, it was back in 1990. I want to say 92, or it was. Well, I was in the 11th grade, so it had to be 93, 94, because I graduated in 95. But um, I said I want to be like her. And so I joined the leadership in government. After that, I went on to college, and I was the vice president of the student body for my college. I continued and served at 22 years old in the California State Legislature, now locally for 15 years for the city of Inglewood. So I have over 18 years of public service to our community. But it's been a passion ever since I was in the 11th grade.
see, you're not a rookie. You just said 18 years. That's a long time to
Yes.
be serving in the community. So you pretty much uh, you're in the inside looking out, but you're also on the outside looking in. What do
Mhm.
you feel that your community needs?
Um, our community, as far as with my role as city clerk, I feel as though our city needs our youth to be more involved. We do not have a lot of youth involved. We have our seasoned residents that
Mhm.
are, they're out there on the battlefield. They're checking in council meetings. They're calling the office, but we don't have a lot of young people. And I'm not just saying young like 18, 19. I'm still young too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
We don't have a lot of young people in with passion, with drive, with the willingness to want to do it and want to exceed and do great for their community. So my passion, my drive is to reach out, continue with our seasoned residents because they make it happen. I love our seasoned residents, but I want to see more younger people, even if it's 25 to 40, just more of them, in our community wanting to, because in a minute, our mayor, our council, they're going to go. They're either,
Yes.
stay there until wherever or go on to another venture to something else. But
Right.
then who do we have to run the city? Who do we have to run these seats? So I would love to just see our younger people with passion, with some more passion to want to be involved in our community.
Changing of the guards. A changing of the guard. So
Okay.
let's speak to the people that are actually mentors. Um, what do you think as a mentor they should be teaching this next generation? Not only just about voting and speaking up for yourself, but just life experience itself.
Prepare yourself. That's number one. Prepare yourself. And how do you do that? You have to have the willingness. You can't, you, one thing about me, Eva, I'm just going to be real right now. I just
Hmm.
have to be real with you. And my girls can attest. I'm so 1,000 with my girls.
Yes.
I don't sugarcoat anything with them. And so, I mean, it's so 1,000. They can come talk to me about their relationship problems, their mamas and daddy issues. Because one, I'm going to keep it to myself. And then two, I'm going to tell you the real. If you're wrong, you're
Right.
wrong. You need some help, I'm going to give you some advice.
Right.
But we as mentors, we have to be open
Hmm.
to allow people to want to come to us. If
Right.
you're not open, you're always negative, or you just don't have any time for them. You know, my girls come to my house all the time. They can
Right.
just come to my, like, I had my one of my big girls, Coffee Maid, was at my house, and they, with her in one step, they was at my house at 10:30 one night. You have to be
Hmm.
open because that's what
Right.
they need. Our
Yes.
younger generations, they need that. Yes, we have mommy. Yes, we have daddies, aunties, grandparents. But who can they honestly just run to as a safe haven outside of them? That
Right.
they can trust. And so, to my fellow mentors, have an open heart. Be honest with them. Love on them. Don't judge them. Do not judge them. Help them find the solution, and stay in their lives. Call them sometime, text them. I support my girls. A lot of them, they do hair. Coffee Made one got me my hair, and one step
Come on,
young
I was
Sister
gonna
just.
ask you who did that because Miss Evil may need a little something, something.
So we want to encourage our people. As mentors, encourage them, be honest, and have an open heart, and allow them to trust you.
All right. Now we had another question. For those of you who are just now tuning in a little late or may have missed this question, Jamie asked. She said, "I'm sorry if you answered this, but what is the job of the clerk?" So could you go over that one more time?
Sure. We are number one, the record keeper for the entire city and for the entire city. We also handle all contracts and bids for the city, meaning that we make sure that all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed. We swear in our police officers. We attend city council meetings. You have to know the Robert Rules of Order. You have to know the Brown Act. City clerk has to. They oversee the permit. The claims review. Not claims review. Let me take that back. The boards and commissions. We make sure that they're running, afloat, and everything is going well there. We handle we attend claims review, we attend permits and license meetings. We sign off on all the contracts for the city. We're the last person to sign off on them. We work closely with the county registrar recorder's office. We get deeds recorded for the city. We assist with dog licenses. I can marry somebody as the city clerk.
Hmm.
We do a host of things, but most importantly, and then also with the elections, I just, we oversee that process. We do the we start off with the beginning process of the election, and then at the end, we oversee that, the process for our city. So we have a load on us, but we do a lot, but we get the job done.
That's the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper. For those of you who did miss most of this show, I did paste the YouTube link so you guys can go back and watch it. I'm going to do a few announcements and then we're going to come back and address one more thing, and then we gotta close out with glad too. You know what I'm saying?
That's my
I just
baby.
we gotta close out with glad too. So here's the first announcement. For those of you who have not gotten your I was made for this, the line is out. Visit our store at touchingtheworldnow.com. It is a great witnessing tool. And then on Tuesday night, you can hear more from Aisha. We'll be putting her in on some of the wisdom nuggets on Dash Radio. That is a syndicated radio show. Then on next week, Friday, we're going to try to come to you guys every Friday. Next week, Friday, we have the one and only Apostle Sherry trailer. So right
Yeah.
now, I'm going to play her promo and show you what's coming up this month. Then we'll come back and talk with Aisha a little more, and then we'll close out with Glad too. So hold on, here we go.
Dominion Worship Arts Gathering presents The Bride of Christ.
A paradigm shift.
Let us rejoice and be glad in him. Give him glory, for the wedding of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready. Psalms Dance Network presents The Bride of Christ, a paradigm shift, November 13th and 14th of 2020. This event will take place at the 4 Point Sheraton Hotel, 5990 Green Valley Circle in Culver City, California. We are calling on all dance ministers, singers, prophets, prayer warriors, pastors, teachers, worship arts ministers, and community arts. It's time for a shift. This year we will focus on the 7 mountains of influence in government, arts and entertainment, family, religion, media, education, and business, with special guests Apostle Christopher Montgomery, Pastor Rakesha Pittman, Dr. Ann Higgins, Prophet Eric Munnerlin, Apostle Veronica Moore, Prophetess Taryn Tarver, Masterclass with Estina Turner, with paradigm shift venues, classes, and workshops designed for children, youth, and adults. On-site and virtual classes are available. For more information, visit www.dominionworshiparts.com or call us at 714-264-2133. It's time to get ready. And remember, this is a safe distance face mask event.
Yes, and she will be our guest here next Saturday at 4 p.m. I said Eva had a little time on her hands, so I think we just start going through the archives. You know, I just love dance so very much. I might get me a flag and start spinning. So,
Right.
yeah. So, let's try to wrap everything up to some. What is it that you want the people to know before Election Day and after?
Well, I want them to know that, one, I am experienced, I have integrity, and I know the job. I have served the residents of Inglewood on a local level for 15 years in the city clerk's office. So it's not like you're getting someone that's off the streets trying to develop what it is this office is doing. I know the job. I will continue to make sure that we do a great job for the city of Inglewood. And if you entrust, me for the position, I promise I won't let you down.
That sounds about right. So we're gonna play one more video, and then me and Aisha, we're gonna come back and we're gonna tell y'all bye together. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a little birthday party going on in the back, and I'm like, hey, I hear y'all going on. Oh, wait a minute, we got one more question. Hold on, here we go. As a long-term Inglewood resident, you will have my vote. That's what I'm talking about, Jamie. Hey,
Thank you, thank you so much.
Let's get one more video. This is actually one of my favorites. I'm just like, hey, I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. Y'all just gotta wait for it. We'll be back. Me and Aisha, we coming back. Stand by.
Okay.
It's in the room. I dare you tell your neighbor, it's in the room. Come on, tell them it's in the room. It's in the room. It's in the room. It's in the room. I can feel it now. I can see it now. I can hear it clearly. The presence of the Lord is here. It's in the room. It's in the room. Your father heard you. He came walking in the room. All fear is gone. Victory's won. Whatever you need, it's in the room. Whatever. Somebody feel that thing. Whatever I need, it's in the room. When you get home, I dare you declare at every doorstep you enter into, whatever I need, whatever I need, whatever I need, whatever you need. As I walk in my bathroom, as I walk in my living room, when I walk into my kitchen, and I look in my refrigerator, whatever I need, whatever I need. I dare you tell your neighbor, it's here. It's here, it's here. It was sitting on my tip. It was sitting on my tip. Everything you've been looking for. It was Jesus the whole time. 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 He was right on time. It was Jesus the whole time. He was right on time. It was Jesus the whole time. It was Jesus. I got Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. God did it. Over and over and over and over. 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 Over and over and over and over.
Got
On
tears in my
Tuesday,
eyes,
you
Eva.
will be
Mad at you.
saying God did it. You know what? Check this out. All three of those videos were prophetic. You did all
Thank you.
these videos way before you put your name on that ballot. I can't wait till they're gonna say over and over and over and over. Hey!
Jesus, don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't do nothing. I'm hiding. I'm nervous. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, coming on, for this first piece of the truth serum. This is the truth serum. Touch the world's truth serum. We don't tell you what you want to know, but we tell you what you need to know. This is the time to be transparent with all people. Eva Jane never sugarcoated nothing. So, like it, love it, eat the meat, spit out the bones, do what you want to do. This is Aisha Thompson, 2020 candidate for Inglewood City Clerk. You guys make sure you get out and vote. Make sure you get that YouTube link and share until election polls close. I know y'all gonna get sick of seeing it on my timelines, but I can do that. I can push the button when I want to push the button. You know what I'm saying? You know I love you. I love you for free. There's nothing you can do about it. This is Touch the World. I am Lady Eva J. And guess what? I was made for this. And so were you. Aisha, you stay right there. We're going to close out. And I'll see you guys next week.